The leak we'll be discussing in this video is an old one, but huge nonetheless. This entire video will contain spoilers, so if you don't like leaks or spoilers, that's completely understandable. You should click off the video now. Fall Guys, over the course of its almost 4-year lifespan, has had a lot of features, quality of life upgrades, 82 Unity made maps, hundreds of variations, and even an entire creative mode. However, this leak by FG Leaks on Twitter on May 20th, 2023 would reveal that Izzytorium are working on a ranked mode. At the time, this was the only tweet we got from FG Leaks, at least I think so anyways. However, on December 2nd, 2023, they would tweet out what seems to be icons that'll be used for the different ranks. I have no idea if we got any new info, as I don't use social media that often. Should have made this video months ago when it was a lot more timely and trendy, but I'm not exactly known for being on time. Let's discuss the leaked icons. We have 8 of them, which probably means we'll be getting 8 ranks. The usual suspects, that being bronze, silver, and gold, are present. The last 3 look pretty different, and I love how the final 2 look. I'll assume the leaker has them ordered based in order of appearance, so the purple icon being the final rank you unlock. You'd think the second last one would be the final rank, as is the flashiest, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Although things can change the development, heck, they might even change the icons altogether. Just like they did with Showbucks, it was called Premios and it looked like this. Although what's interesting is that purple is usually associated with luxury and royalty, so it being the last rank you get makes a bit of sense. The biggest question that we all have is when will Izzytorium release ranked mode? Unless there's been any new information that I'm unaware of, the release date of ranked is currently unknown. However, I wouldn't be shocked if they release it in the 11.0 update. That would literally be the perfect time to do so. Currently, we're in the 10.8 update, aka the survival update, and Fame Pass 9, aka the March 24 Fame Pass, is slated to end on the 30th of April, and typically updates end 6 days before the Fame Pass actually ends. So that puts us at the 24th of April for when the 10.9 update release. However, this is just my guess, as we aren't sure when Izzytorium will release the 10.9 update. Although the Fabulous Feast Pass and the Tool Up update both launched at the same time, that being November 7th, 2023. So maybe they released the new pass and update on the 30th, but previous updates has shown us that the pass and new update are staggered by 6 days exactly. Oddly enough, the Scales Intel Fame Pass released a week before the Shapes and Stickers update, which has never happened before, so let's assume it's a one-off. 6 days is the gap between a new update and a new Fame Pass. Izzytorium typically releases updates on either a Tuesday or Wednesday. Taking a look at the release dates of all the updates we've gotten so far reveals an interesting pattern. Starting from Fall Force, it alternates between Wednesdays and Tuesdays. Fall Force started on a Wednesday. Tool Up came out on Tuesday. Power Party released on a Wednesday, Shapes and Stickers released on a Tuesday, and the Survival Update on a Wednesday. So ideally the next one should be Tuesday, which would put us at the 23rd of April. Though that will make the gap 7 days, since the pass will finish on the 30th of April. That much is confirmed. They could break this tradition and release the 10.9 update on the 24th of April, and that will bring us back to the 6-day gap. With this in mind, I could see the 11.0 update released on the 19th of June, which is a Wednesday. For those curious, the Summer Breeze update, aka the 10.3 update, started on a Wednesday and ended on a Wednesday. Either way, I do think a June release date is highly likely, as that is when summer vacation starts for most of the world, and quite possibly when the most amount of people will be playing games. This would also be the best time to release Fall Guys Mobile, since the target demographic for the mobile port aren't going to be in school and will have a lot of free time on their hands. Although Izzytorium have known to delay things, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happened with the 11.0 update. If they do delay it, it could indicate that something big is coming and they want to make sure it doesn't break upon release. Alright, it's time to ask the real questions. Will skill-based matchmaking still be in solos and squads? Let me give you the ChatGPT summary about SBMM and Fall Guys. Skill-based matchmaking was added on April 7th, 2022 and was only in solos. Sometime in the 10.7 update, aka the Shapes and Stickers update, it was added to squads. Although I heard they tweaked it so it wasn't as intense, but I'm not too sure on that. Regardless, its intended purpose was to separate the newbie players from the pro players, and to keep it fair by matching people who are similar to you in terms of skill. Depending on your skill score, you were put into different buckets or tiers, those being FTUE, which stands for First Time User Experience. You'd get this if you just downloaded the game. Then there's low, medium, and high. What bucket or tier you were in determined what rounds were available to you. Though in Season 4 Creative Construction or SS4, that was no longer the case, so a player in the low tier will get the same rounds as someone in the high tier. That wasn't the case before SS4. FTUE or FTU still has a different round pool, since it's designed to ease a player into the game. Now that you're caught up to speed on the SBMM lore, since ranked will be a thing soon, will they remove remove scuba matchmaking from solos and squads since they'll be considered the casual modes. Although it seems that distinction is given to the creative LTMs such as solos chill for example. Everyone will love if they removed it. I don't think they will. While ranked will be enjoyed by people who are competitive and are very good at the game, as long as a crown rank exists and solos and squads gives out crowns and shards respectively, there will still be sweats who play those modes. And if they do remove SBMM, the casual audience might not be able to win due to how sweaty the game will get. Not every pro player will be playing ranked, and even they might want to break and just play a game of casual squads with their friends. This is how I think Izzytorium would process the thought of removing scuba matchmaking from the game anyways. Since the majority of people who play solos, squads, and duos are casuals, and people just want a fun, easy experience, and it seems SBMM was added to help the casual market have that experience. As someone who has a very limited experience playing ranked modes in other video games, the only game of the ranked mode I dabbled in was Pokemon Unite, which is basically the baby's version of League of Legends, and I didn't play it for very long, nor was I good at the game. So my question is, does ranked in other games have skill matchmaking baked in it? I assume it doesn't, since most games pair you up with others close to your rank. As I previously mentioned, when SBMM came out, the map pools in each bucket were different. Like you couldn't get Slam Scraper unless you were in the high tier. I hope they don't try to lock maps behind ranks. That would be incredibly lame. Plus, how will players get good at maps if it's locked behind ranks? However, I don't think they'll do that, but it is a possibility. If anything, I think they'd only do that for the first two ranks, the ones before bronze, since those feel like a beginner type ranks similar to FTUE or first time user experience, so they'd want to limit the round pool, but I hope that won't be the case and all the ranks will share the same round pool. I, along with many others, are holding out hope that they'll unvault a ton of Unity made rounds when ranked releases. Currently we're in the 10.8 update and they haven't unvaulted any core rounds since the tool up update, aka 10.5. Usually they've unvaulted anywhere from 6 to 10 rounds, and if I recall correctly, we currently have 18 maps that aren't in the game, although Beat Hill Zone did get removed entirely from the game. Like you cannot find it in the vault show that's in custom lobbies. This is probably due to the contract between Sega and Izzytorium expiring, and Sega decided not to renew the contract with Izzytorium. It could come back if they decide to renew it though. And Bubble Trouble has been removed for almost 2 years now, or 600 plus days. It was vaulted back in July 15th, 2022, and for reference, that is when the game went free to play. Izzytorium started adding maps made by the player base into solos, squads, and duos, and there's a bug that's pretty game breaking. It's the failed to download level bug. If they add create maps to ranked, what happens when you get this bug? Do you lose rank points? I assume you do, since it disconnects you and spits you back into the home screen. I do hope they don't add any creative maps until they fix this bug. Personally, I don't mind Ruta NL Selva, Rotation Station, Winter Disco, Salad Scramble, and Canyon Sun Run. If anything, I quite enjoy them, especially Rotation Station, and I wouldn't mind seeing them in ranked. And no, I don't want the maps Izzytorium made at the start of Season 4 Creative Construction, just the ones I mentioned. However, until this bug is fixed, I don't want to see any creative maps in ranked. In almost every video game that has a ranked system, usually every rank has multiple tiers or sub-ranks I guess, like Bronze 1, 2, and 3, especially Fortnite. I think Fall Guys will follow the same model. We'll get Bronze 1, 2, 3, then Silver 1, 2, 3, Gold 1, 2, 3, and etc. until we reach the final 3 ranks, and where it'll function differently. In Fortnite, the first 5 ranks have sub-ranks such as Bronze 3, Bronze 2, Bronze 1, Silver 3, Silver 2, Silver 1, etc. etc. However, the last 3 ranks seemingly do not have these sub-ranks. Although all of the ranks of Fall Guys look visually different, the final 2 in particular actually have one little detail that sticks out: the positioning of the crown. In Bronze, Silver, Gold, and the purple rank, the crown is positioned on the same place, which is inside the actual little shield and on top of the Fall Guys faceplate. However, the final 2 ranks actually look significantly different. The faceplate is actually in a star shape, and the crown emblem is actually positioned in the top middle part of the medal's frame. So this got me thinking, just like in Fortnite where the final 3 ranks do not have sub-ranks such as Bronze 1, 2, and 3, I think the final 2 ranks are not gonna have sub-ranks. Originally, I thought the final 3 ranks would not have these sub-ranks or tiers, but I think it's just going to be the final 2 ranks. In Fortnite, there are 8 ranks, although I think the first 2 ranks in Fall Guys will work a little differently. I think the first 2 ranks will be sort of a trial that you have to complete in order to unlock ranked mode. In order to do so, you'll have to complete certain challenges. It'll probably be displayed in the challenge board, and once you've completed them, then you unlock ranked mode, and it starts at Bronze, which has a crown on the top of it. What's interesting is that the other 6 ranks have this crown emblem as well, though that would mean Fall Guys ranked would have 6 instead of 8, just like Fortnite. I suppose this would be a way to inconvenience pro players from making new accounts and instantly getting into ranked and destroying people in low rank lobbies, aka smurfing. Fortnite has something similar in which you have to do a quest in order to unlock the actual rank mode. Sorry, future Izzy here. So apparently this quest is only for people who have just made an Epic account and have never played a game of Fortnite before. So if you've played a game of Fortnite before, I assume you have ranked unlocked from the get-go. The quest in question is that you have to outlast 500 opponents, and Epic Games probably did this way so they could inconvenience smurfers or pro players who make new accounts so they could get into low-level lobbies. And I definitely think Fall Guys should do it this way as well. If your Epic account has never played a game of Fall Guys, give them a series of challenges that will inconvenience smurfers, is make it really inconvenient and just add a lot of friction so people won't bother smurfing at all. Or make it to where you need to be a certain crown rank in order to have ranked mode unlocked. Maybe you could do crown rank 10, or maybe crown rank 12 would actually be good, just because you would have 51 crowns and you would have the croc upper unlocked as well. Basically, we need a barrier of entry so pro players or people who have a crazy amount of hours in the game don't just make new accounts and automatically get into ranked and actually start pub stomping people who are in low ranking lobbies, which are typically newbies or casuals or people who just aren't that technically inclined in Fall Guys. And let's be honest, most of the player base are going to be in bronze, silver, and maybe some will be in gold, when majority of the player base, especially this game, since a lot of people who play Fall Guys are more on the younger side, so bronze and silver is probably where they're going to be hanging out around for the most of the time. Back to past Izzy. Another thing Izzytorium could do is just outright copy Fortnite and have players complete a series of challenges in order to unlock ranked mode. Then we would have 8 of them in total. I do think smurfing, or the act of a pro player making a new account in order to get into low level lobbies, will be an issue that Izzytorium will have to handle. And let's be honest, the reporting system in this game is a joke. It feels like it's just there for the sake of being there. When ranked comes out, Izzytorium has to be on top of banning players who are bending the rules such as smurfing or outright breaking them such as using cheats. They also need to be strict and deal with the appropriate punishment for people who go into ranked squad games and just AFK or just leave the game entirely. Timing them out from ranked would be great, but if they keep doing it over and over again and show no signs of stopping, then just ban them from ranked. Unlike in other games, squads and Fall Guys is point based, so if you have one less teammate, it's basically a guaranteed loss near the end game. In the last section, I talked about how in order to unlock rank, you need to complete some challenges. However, what would be cool is as you progress through ranked mode and every time you unlock a new rank, you earn cosmetics. In the challenge tab, they could put a section called ranked and give out cosmetics. Although knowing Izzytorium, I wouldn't be surprised to see if they only give out colors, patterns, and maybe an emote. Although it would be awesome to see the game out of full skin for reaching max rank. I could see them giving out half skins or kudos wearables as rewards for passing the first few ranks, but that's just me being hopeful and optimistic. It would be so cool to see Dark Knight given out as a reward for reaching max rank, and maybe Magic Dragon for reaching the second last one, since the colors on both match. But I don't think this would happen because there are people who already own both skins, so what would they get? Either way, putting ranked related challenges in the challenge board could encourage players to play ranked so long as the rewards are worth it. Demoting is the act of going down a rank, so if you're on gold, going back down to silver would be a demotion, whereas going up is a promotion. I heard from my friends that in Pokemon Unite, you cannot go down a rank. No matter how many games you lose, you just won't go down. Although Pokemon Unite works a little differently since it's 5 tiers, it goes from class 5 being the lowest and class 1 being the highest. Once you reach class 1 and got enough points, you rank up and go to the next rank. This got me thinking though, since Fall Guys is supposed to be a casual experience, I wonder if they'll make it to where after you reach silver 3, you won't fall to bronze, and no matter what rank you're in, you cannot go down to the previous rank. But say if you reach silver 1, which is the highest, you can fall down to silver 2, you just cannot go down a rank. Although I have a strong feeling that once you reach the max rank, you definitely will not get demoted, no matter how many games you lose. I wouldn't be surprised if they launch a leaderboard after an update or two. I definitely don't see them launching a leaderboard immediately the second rank comes out. This leaderboard will allow people to see players who have reached the max rank like in Fortnite, but at the same time, since the game is so casual, maybe they wouldn't do something like that. I do wonder, will Extreme Fall Guys get its own ranked playlist? Extreme Fall Guys is a limited time mode where respawns are disabled, so if you fall off once, it's game over. I do think Extreme Fall Guys lends itself to ranked as it's quite intense. What I think would be pretty cool and most would find pretty bad is what if you reach a certain rank, there's a small chance you'll get an Extreme Fall Guys version of a map while playing a normal game. So let's say round 1 you get Treetop Tumble, the round 2 you get Some Fruit, and round 3 you get Big Fans X. And if you qualify in extreme maps, you get a boost in points which can help you rank faster, which is actually what I want to talk about in the next section. How will the points be calculated? I think for race rounds, it's going to be based on your placement and what round you qualified on. So if you got first place in round 1, you'll get a good amount of points, compared to say if you get 10th place, you won't get as much. However, if you get first place in round 4, you'll earn a ton of points, far more than if you got first place in round 1, since that would be considered late game. For survival rounds, I think whoever survives will get the same amount of points. So if there are 10 people left, they'll all get the same points. In hunt rounds, it could be based on your placement and how fast you finish the round. Squads and duos is what interests me the most, however. In Fortnite, your team is treated as a single unit, and the amount of progress you gain or lose is determined equally and based on your team's placement at the end of a game and your team eliminations. I got this information from Fortnite's blog post they made about ranked. Since Fall Guys squads are points based, are they going to base individual performances separately? Like whoever earns the most points in the team will earn a higher rank score. Though treating your team as a single unit is probably the best way to go and something I could see Izzytorium going with. In Fortnite, if your team is made of gold 1 players and you queue up with a diamond 2 player, you'll matchmake as a diamond 2 team, since your team rank is based on the individual who has the highest rank. This could lead to some hijinks where people who are low rank like bronze try and mooch off high rank players, but let's hope that won't be a common occurrence. I could see Fall Guys going about this the same way. Whoever has the highest rank is what the entire team will matchmake as, instead of basing it off the person with the lowest rank, since that would make it to where the high ranking guy or high ranking teammates would easily pub stomp the competition. You'll probably gain points based on your medals, gold being worth the most, the time it takes across the finish line, and your placement in race rounds. And for hunt rounds, it'll take into account how many points you personally brought in, since the label shows you how many points you as an individual brought in. I remember playing this game a long time ago, I can't remember what it was called, but it said I couldn't play due to having high ping. And do correct me if I'm wrong, but having high ping can be beneficial in certain maps like Hexagon, Terrestrial, and Thin Ice, due to the fact that with high ping, the tiles will crack later for you versus the guy who has low ping, which gives the person who has high ping an advantage. Will they make it to where having high ping will make it to where you cannot join ranked games? And could they geo-restrict you as well as a way to prevent high ping? So if your friend and party host is from the EU and has a server location set to EU and you're from India, will you not be able to join and play ranked with them? A part of me think if they actually implement this will cause so much backlash and controversy that would be crazy. I don't know if they would backpedal, but I think they would definitely try to at least mediate the situation. Although only a few maps benefit from having high ping, so I don't think Izzytorium will do anything and you'll be able to join ranked games with high ping just fine. Plus Fall Guys isn't that popular of a game, so if they did something like this, ranked wouldn't have that many players. Fall Guys' main appeal is its aesthetic and its ragdoll physics, and I guess body blocking to some degree, but no one likes body blocking. Actually, no one likes ragdolling either, but it is Fall Guys, so what can you do? If I recall correctly, in Time Attack, they actually disabled body blocking so you can't bump into somebody else. Honestly, I would love it if they disabled body blocking in ranked mode. This would make ranked a whole lot more competitive and a whole lot more viable. Round 1 and 2 will be so much more tolerable, especially if you get Lily Leapers. Let's be honest, are they going to disable body blocking in ranked? They're definitely not going to do that, but just please, I beg of you, please disable body blocking in ranked and I will play nothing but ranked. Literally nothing but ranked. Please, I'm huffing so much copium here. In certain games, if you and your friend's ranks are too far apart, say you're in bronze 3 and your friend is like in diamond 2, you won't be able to queue up together. I wonder if Fall Guys would implement such a thing. This could get rid of the problem of people boosting their friends into ranks they don't belong to, though I could see this prompting pro players to make new accounts just to be able to play with their friends. Since Izzytorium moved away from seasons and are now doing updates, if they decide to reset your rank, will they do it at the start of a new update, or would ranked have seasons that would have a separate end date? Updates can last anywhere from 30 to 50 days. I don't think they'll reset ranks when a new update comes out. Since Fame Passes end before an update, I think rank reset having its own dedicated day is a possibility, though I don't know if they'll do ranked seasons, as they are trying to distance themselves from the concept of seasons altogether, and people will be confused that we have seasons for ranked and not for the rest of the game, but this will be answered whenever rank comes out. Thank you to our Max 2 members for your support as always.